spectators were unhappy with the judging in the short program. The last stage of the Russian Grand Prix should answer the main question of Russian women's single skating: what is the current state of Russian champion Sofia Akateva? Once the strongest figure skater on the planet, at least in technique, missed a whole year and has not yet been able to return to her previous form. And although there is no talk of record scores and an ultra-SI hit parade, the upward movement cannot be ignored. In St. Petersburg, Akatieva took the lead after the first day of competition and has every chance of taking the final first place. But is it objectively true that Ettore Tutberid's student performed so much better than her rivals? The spectators, by the way, were unhappy. This has never happened before, and here it is again. Not enough, to the soap. The fans shouted at the judging corps after the announcement of the scores of Alina Gorbacheva and Veronika Yamatova. In fact, it is not entirely obvious to the average person why Alina got 71.32 points for her short program, while Veronika got 71.16. While Sofia Akateva got 75.54 with exactly the same content. Although you don't even need a detailed analysis of the protocols to understand where this 4-point difference came from. Both Gorbacheva and Yamatova were given an under-rotation on the triple toe loop, which the girls perform in a cascade with a triple Lutz. This sent both the base value of the element and the GOE, performance bonus, down. And while the difference in component scores and Sofia's advantage in GOE on the other jumps can still be argued, the under-rotation did indeed take place. So the judges, albeit meticulously, did their job well. The basic problem is different, despite all the abundance of media content. The Channel 1 team, together with the FFKKR, still hasn't come up with its own analog of the KHL's judges' room. While the main Russian Hockey League has been analyzing every controversial element in detail in the studio for several seasons in a row, and also posting a look at the game through the eyes of referees, watch the show Good Goal, you will definitely perceive hockey differently. In figure skating, referees and their decisions still remain in the shadows. Although, given how subjective this sport is, only a competent explanation of the nuances of the rules can reduce the degree of mistrust towards the panel of judges. Conversations are held with coaches and athletes, although sometimes they still have questions. Now it remains to take a step towards the viewer. While talking about the quality of refereeing, it is important not to miss another important story. I don't want to jinx it, but, apparently, Sofia Akateva is gradually returning to the elite. Her performance of the short program in St. Petersburg was not ideal, but it was definitely better than in Krasnoyarsk 2 weeks ago. By the Russian championships, she will probably improve in some areas. And even now, only girls with a triple axel can surpass her. Which, by the way, she herself once mastered. But there is still no talk of 3.5 jumps. Besides, there is not much practical sense in this. Yamatova and Gorbacheva do not perform a triple axel. Muravyova is in a difficult state, both physically and psychologically. She also has no time for ultra-SI. In general, Akateva's successful performance to some extent even fades against the background of the drama of the other Sofia, but that's how sport works. One's failure is another's success. Muravyova can still find the strength to recoup in the free program, but for this she must definitely go for broke with 2 triple axels. Akateva, in turn, is better off not taking risks. Although, judging by the girl's mood, she will go for at least 1 quadruple toe loop. In Krasnoyarsk, instead of a quadruple jump, there was a butterfly. If you believe the insiders, the percentage of successful attempts in training is much higher than half. Which allows us to hope for a clean quad in the competition program. In any case, if we think about future prospects, then, of course, without multi-turn jumps, Akateva will not be able to make a full return. She did not have time to gain such weight with the judges as, for example, Kamila Valieva, to win with triple jumps. And let's be honest, her second mark was going up, rather, following the first. And now, in order to regain the lost positions, we need to return the quads. Otherwise, not to mention the race with Adelia Petrosyan, we won't even be able to compete with Anna Frolova. November 24th, the final stage of the Russian Grand Prix series will end in St. Petersburg. The first day of competition gave fans a storm of emotions. So expectations for the second day are extremely high. In the women's tournament, Sofia Akateva managed to take the lead. But her namesake, Sofia Muravyova, remained only 4th. After the performance, the skater did not hold back her emotions. She cried and called her performance a disgrace. But the athlete still has a chance to get on the podium. Sofia Akateva spoke about working on her mistakes before the Russian Grand Prix stage. The impressions are wonderful. Today I skated for my own pleasure. I was almost not worried. I managed to skate cleanly. Thank you to the fans for welcoming me so warmly. I really enjoyed it. In Krasnoyarsk, your cascade didn't work out in the short program. Were there any unnecessary thoughts today? I tried to work on it during this period from Krasnoyarsk to St. Petersburg, because it can really interfere. As I see, I did it. I'm happy. And what kind of work did you do on your mistakes? Only third place. The Russian champion clearly hoped for more. I didn't have any high expectations. I really wanted to go out and skate my programs. And the judges will determine the place. Work on the mistakes was done, specifically on emotions, so that I would worry less. So that there would be no unnecessary thoughts when I do the jumps that I can do. We worked on the spins a little more. And in general, that was the general preparation. Will we see your signature quadruple toe loop tomorrow in the free program? Tomorrow we'll see with the coaches how it goes at training. I will do everything to jump it. I will try. I hope so, said Russian champion Akatieva on Channel 1.